Lamine Yamal is only 19 years old, yet he has already become one of the wealthiest teenagers in football history. But can the Barcelona wonderkid's growing fortune compete with the billion-dollar empire of Lionel Messi? Today we're comparing everything from net worth and salaries to mansions, supercars, private jets, yachts, endorsements, and luxury lifestyles to find out who is richer in 2026. One represents football's future. The other built one of the greatest sporting empires ever seen. Let's begin. So let's start with the number that matters most: total net worth. At just 19, Lamine Yamal has already amassed an estimated fortune of around $15 million, a staggering amount built entirely before his 20th birthday through his Barcelona contract and massive endorsement deals. But when you look at Lionel Messi, you aren't just looking at a player, you're looking at a financial phenomenon. While Messi has generated well over $1 billion in career earnings, his personal net worth is estimated to be $1.1 billion. Now let's see how they live. Lamine recently upgraded to one of Barcelona's most exclusive addresses, a spectacular €10 million mansion in the prestigious Ciutat Diagonal district. Once owned by Shakira and Gerard Piqué, the estate spans roughly 32,000 square feet and feels more like a luxury resort than a family home. Behind its modern glass facade are 6 spacious bedroom suites, a marble-finished spa, a fully equipped professional gym, a private cinema with reclining leather seats, a recording studio, and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Barcelona. Outside, an infinity swimming pool stretches across landscaped gardens. It looks unbeatable until you see what Messi owns. Messi doesn't own one luxury residence. He owns several. His Miami waterfront mansion features a private dock capable of accommodating yachts, an infinity pool overlooking the bay, a modern wellness gym, multiple entertainment lounges, and panoramic glass walls. Back in Spain, his Castelldefels villa include a private football pitch, a large outdoor swimming pool, and beautifully landscaped gardens. Meanwhile, his famous Rosario estate, the fortress, is built for absolute privacy, surrounded by advanced security systems and extensive grounds. Round 3 belongs comfortably to Messi. This is where youth meets experience, their garages. Lamine's garage reflects his age, young, aggressive, and exciting. For everyday performance, he drives the Ferrari 296 GP, a plug-in hybrid supercar producing over 800 horsepower, capable of launching from 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds. For pure, lightweight agility, he chooses the McLaren 750S, famous for its razor-sharp handling and dramatic butterfly doors. His Mercedes-AMG G63, finished in stealthy Magno Black, combines handcrafted leather and a roaring twin-turbo V8. For practicality, he owns the limited edition Audi RS6 Avant GT, one of Audi's fastest wagons ever built, while the Porsche 911 GT3 RS delivers pure track-focused performance with its enormous rear wing and race-inspired aerodynamics. Then comes Messi. At the heart of his collection sits perhaps the most legendary automobile in football, the 1957 Ferrari 335S Spider Scaglietti. Worth around $36 million, this classic V12 racing machine is one of the most valuable Ferraris ever produced. Alongside it sits the breathtaking Pagani Zonda Tricolor, built almost entirely from carbon fiber. His luxurious Bentley Bentayga offers handcrafted British comfort. The Cadillac Escalade serves as the family's rolling luxury lounge, and the Range Rover Vogue handles everyday life with effortless performance. No contest, Messi dominates. Luxury on the ground is one thing, but true billionaire status begins in the air and on the water. Yamal currently travels in total comfort and style, chartering private aircraft and luxury vessels whenever his schedule demands it. Messi, however, commands the skies with a customized Gulfstream V valued between $15 and $20 million. It is essentially a flying mansion, emblazoned with his number 10 branding and the names of his family on the stairs. And when he isn't flying, Messi embraces the Mediterranean lifestyle by chartering luxury mega yachts around Ibiza and Formentera during family vacations. Another privilege that remains well beyond Yamal's current lifestyle. Of course, the real engine behind their wealth is their endorsement portfolio. Here, Yamal is beginning to close the gap. Adidas has already positioned him as the global face of football's next generation, and his sponsorship portfolio is growing every single month. But Messi remains one of the most recognizable advertising icons on earth. From Adidas and Apple to Pepsi, Lay's, and Hard Rock, his partnerships have generated hundreds of millions of dollars over his career. Messi still leads, but Yamal is undeniably catching up. Finally, we have to look at the battle for influence on social media. This is where the next generation is won. Yamal's following has exploded among Gen Z, with millions tracking every training session, every goal, and every lifestyle update. But Messi commands an audience in the hundreds of millions. One Instagram post from the GOAT reaches audiences larger than the population of many countries. Once again, Messi wins. And perhaps the timing of this comparison couldn't be more fitting. Just last night, Spain overcame Argentina on football's biggest stage, a result many fans described as a symbolic passing of the torch from one generation to the next. While Spain celebrated its new hero, one truth remained unchanged. When it comes to wealth, influence, and global legacy, Lionel Messi still wears the crown. Lamine Yamal is building extraordinary wealth. Lionel Messi built something even bigger, an ecosystem. That's the difference between becoming rich and creating an empire. Today, Lionel Messi is still the richest football king. But history has a funny way of replacing kings. Whether Lamine Yamal reaches that throne remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the chase has already begun.